What's going on, everybody? It's Casey with Strictly Sideways, and we're bringing you yet another video. This time it's going to be about my subframe. I had a lot of drivetrain chatter going on as I'm coming in and out of the pits, as I'm going slow, not really while I'm drifting, but in the video you'll see exactly what was causing that shake, and hopefully on this next event, which is 2 days from now, that we can like get everything squared away, get it all set up and roll it. So stay tuned. I have so much drivetrain chatter, whatever, wheel hop too, like not while I'm drifting, but while I'm coming out of the pits and whatnot, just going slow. And I'm pretty sure it's the diff mounts and the solid subframe mounts, or it's just the regular OEM subframe mounts, so they're probably garbage. And what else? Yep, the diff is missing a bolt in the back, which probably isn't like too bad because the other one's got a bolt, but still, nonetheless, maybe it's allowing a little too much play. I'm not too sure. So I'm kind of happy I like looked at that. But so yeah, we're gonna get the car jacked up. We're gonna try and get this subframe pulled out. All right, here we are. I know I don't have much light. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna undo the e-brake, which is that one right there, that line feeding into the back of the wheel spindle, the hub. And then we are going to undo the coilover, but I'm debating, should I undo it from right here? One bolt, bam, bam, get them out the way, slide them over, drop it down. I think I'm gonna do it like that. I don't really wanna get down to the top hat. I'll have to do 3 bolts, get it all cramped up in the back seat. I'm not really down with that. So, banjo bolts on the brakes. I don't have any solution right now on me to stop those from leaking. So, yeah, we're just gonna do that up, and we're gonna clean everything up. So we'll take the exhaust, drop it down. I think it's only on one hanger because that one's not even in if you look back there. So we'll get started on that, and then we'll get it out, and we'll try the drill bit way with the chisel, and if worse comes to worse, we'll just burn them out. Okay, so we tried to get onto it last night. I ended up having to go do some things real quick, and now it's the next day. Car's still up on the whatever, and every fucking axle shaft, CV shaft, whatever the fuck you want to call it, bolt is fucking loose. My driver's side axle shaft, CV shaft, whatever the fuck you want to call it, is missing bolts. Okay, and then look at that gap. Holy shit. What the fuck? That might be some of the noise I'm hearing. Clink, 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 clink. This side was fucking, dude, every one of these bolts is loose. Shit's crazy. Anyways, I'm trying to find the right size for my stupid drive shaft. Of course they used standard. And there's John's name. Jonathan, the original guy who swapped this. So, thanks, Jonathan. Now I gotta go through my standards, make sure I got something, because I think I need a 1/2 inch, and I don't know if I have a 1/2 inch wrench. I usually just have metric, so I think I'm gonna have an issue trying to find it. But yeah, so kind of salty about that, but I'm super thankful that it didn't pop off while I was drifting and break both of them and maybe more. So we're just trying to get the drive shaft off, and then we'll move on. Okay, so I don't really have any special tools. So what I did, like, I wish I had like a Milwaukee Impact. Is really just what I wish I had, so I don't have to fucking support things when they're doing their stupid thing. But I took a fucking wrench, right? I put the put the closed end on this one side because it actually fits. And I took the other wrench on the back. You know what I'm saying? See if I can get this to stand up. And I took the other wrench on the back. And I pretty much just did what I just did. All I did was clamp them together with my hand because they were really tight before. I just sat here and pulled them, and that's what got it off. So I'm gonna sit here and just get that one bolt out. Bam. And I'm gonna do that to all 5. Okay, I'm really not fucking sure. This one looks tight, but these bolts are kind of loose. But anyways, should I be able to move that? It's like what's inside there. Or maybe it's blown. This one's definitely fucked because it's not even bolted. See how it's missing a bolt and another bolt? Look at that. That's scary. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be taking the e-brake off from back here, off the spindle, or do you just head to the back and take it off from up here and just undo it? I'm really not sure. I think I'll just keep them on the wheels, make it easy, and I'll just undo 2 bolts right there and those little pin clips. Okay, I know you probably can't see, but there's 2 e-brake, one for each side, that connect into the single. But they're in between, they bolt up. Wish you could see it. They bolt up right here. It's just a 12. Take the 2 12mm nuts off. You'll be able to pop the bracket off the studs, and then you'll be able to undo them from that little clamp in there. Let's see if I can get a fucking flashlight real quick for you guys. And this is the exact same procedure if you were to replace them. So if you just want to go ahead and replace your e-brake, because first off, I don't know, you want to keep it OEM, or you're not a drifter and you, I don't know. If you just want to replace your e-brake, there you go. But if you want to get a hydro, just take that shit out and get yourself a set of Will Woods, baby. Okay, I'm gonna grab a light. I'll show you what we did. We're on to the brakes now. What I did was remove all the bolts for the stupid ass drive shaft. And then I undid the e-brake. I undid the e-brake up here at those nuts right there that you can see. And then I just undid it from that, which is like those little push things. You just twist it one way, blah, 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 push it out. And that will be separating the e-brake from the subframe. And now we're gonna take a 12mm, and you see that banjo bolt that I got that bright ass light on? That's what we're gonna be fucking with right now. So we'll undo those on both sides. We'll undo the coilovers from the bottom because I don't really want to do it from the top. And we're gonna do it a little different than everybody else. And then we're gonna undo the subframe V brackets. I don't know what the fuck they are. And then we can undo that whole bolt, this giant bolt, and this one, and that one. And then I got my bearings in the freezer, and they're just gonna sit there until I can get these old ones out, which I heard is a pain, so stay tuned. Dude, long story short, so I already got solid subframe mounts, but they're GK Tech. And here's another thing, he's got fucking the front spaced out different on either side. So I don't know if a shim fell out or I don't fucking know, dude, but I'm thinking about just popping these GK Tech ones out anyways. Maybe I'll fucking just sell them. And yeah, I'll just throw my SPL ones in. Because they're like brand new and they look 10 times better than these ones. They're not hollow, and I don't know. I think most of my drivetrain noise and all that ruckus that was just coming out from under there when I'm pulling out of the pits and turning is the axles. Those freaking axle shafts are just, I don't know how I didn't catch it, man. But yeah, so it's already got fucking solid subframe mounts. If you want to look up in there, that's a GK Tech solid subframe mount. Now it looks like the diff hasn't even been touched, so maybe I can throw my solid diff mounts from GK Tech in the diff. But I have the SPLs. It was a while ago that I bought them. So yeah, come to find out, it's already got solid subframe mounts. And yet another day has gone by. Right here. Right fucking here, baby. Gotta freeze them, don't you know? Gotta freeze these hoes. This one I already opened. And then I'll grab the diff bushings after. Right? Animal galore. So we'll grab these. Go outside. Sorry. I'm all moving around like crazy. Bang. Alright. I don't know if I should open the garage door. It's gonna be loud. I ain't got enough sandpaper. Hold on, let me get these sanded just to be sure that they're clean, and then I can clean up all around it after I get them in. Give me 2 seconds. All right, got some sandpaper. And I'm just gonna get this bitch in there. I might even do it in a nice little circle. All right. Some thick shit, dog. This shit's like fucking 60 grit. Yeah. This shit's pretty gnar. But I'm gonna clean it up. And then we'll throw them in. Alright. So all I did was bang them in. Obviously I froze them for a day or 2 or 3. I'm not too sure. Then I took the old GK Tech ones, which you probably don't have. I just decided to switch these out, even though they were already in it. I don't know. These look a little bit more hollow. Who even cares? But so I took the GK Tech one, and I just banged it in on the front ones. The back ones, those are pretty easy. I just hit it with the fucking hammer, and them bitches popped in. So freeze them, and you'll fucking have no troubles at all. So now we're gonna try and get the Sawzall, start cutting up this bushing in the retainer, get that out, erase, get it all taken out, and then we'll put the ones that are in the freezer in there, and then the diff obviously gets these, which didn't have any. All he had was washers on top and on bottom. There was nothing in between to hold the diff, so I think the diff was kind of doing this, and then the axle shaft was kind of allowing it to do this, and these ones were loose, like, shit, man, pretty crazy. But anyways, that's what we got. We're almost done. We got our new subframe bushings in, because I wasn't about to just take it out and not get it done. And yeah, so we're just gonna continuously work on it. I gotta get that Sawzall, cut those out, put the new ones in, then we can bolt it back up. But I'm gonna clean it up a little bit, and I don't have money to go and get this painted, and I'm not gonna fucking sit here and spray paint it. So it's a subframe, it's gonna get dirty, so there's no really reason in throwing extra money at it. I'll clean it up, I'll do what I can. I may actually end up ordering a new axle shaft, maybe 2 of them, and then from there we'll be good. So let's just move on to the diff mounts. All right, so after further look and investigation, I found out I put them in backwards. I banged the subframe bushings through the top. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to go through the bottom and it may be different on different, you know, manufacturers, and I gouged the fuck out of them. But either way, I got them flipped, all four. They're back in, and I got the old bushings out. I just need to press this one in a little bit more. I was using like a nut and bolt press system that GK Tech has on a video. It's actually like super simple. You just take a bolt and you take a nut, and then you take, you know, a big piece of fucking something that's bigger than this hole. I was actually using this because it's got the hole inside. I put a washer on the nut and it just started to press them in. I got this one really close until I ran out of room. I need to find a different piece. I'll maybe just get some iron, some flat scrap of iron or whatever, and 1/8 inch thick, you know, and do a bolt here and then put one here and just squeeze it a little bit more, and you just tighten the nuts. They go in actually really easy. At first I was trying to hammer them, and that was not proving to be working all that well, and I was kind of damaging the bushings themselves. So if you look at the subframe bushings, I mean, they're all marred up, and I ended up splitting the subframe right there. There's a little baby crack. I mean, it shouldn't cause any damage, but long story short, we got them flipped. Need new axles. I got the old bushings out, almost got the new bushings in for the diff. That means this will be done. These ones just kind of slide in, super simple. Love it, be easy. I'm actually gonna drain that and put some new fluid in before I throw it on that and put it up in the car, because it just will be easier. I can just pick that up and fucking dump it into a pan, fill it up, easy. And I think when I'm drifting, there's some falling out of here. I'm thinking about putting a fucking tube and throwing it up a little bit just as a breather, because you kind of need that. But just so it's not flying around. I think that's what the one time on one of my earlier videos I was talking about, you know, diff fluid being all over my exhaust and burning and smelling. I could smell it. Well, I think that's what it was. So that's probably low on diff oil now. But that's just what it is. So we'll get to it, get this in. Just wanted to inform you guys we're about this fucking close to being done with the subframe. Right after a long day yesterday, I found out this bolt was snapped. It happened to work because all he used was washers for this location right here on the front of the diff. And so I went and bought 2 different bolts. I bought one that's a little bit longer. It still ended up being short. I bought the 80 millimeter. This is a 65, I think. And so it's an 80 millimeter M12 by 125. That's the bolt that will go inside that frickin' thing. Now we got it mounted. We can torque everything down and we can start putting it under the car. Here we go. Subframe is in. I am so skeptical that they called for this adapter ring when really it's like the cup could almost sit inside the bearing. I don't know, and shit looks like it's like, you see that? It's like more left than right. I don't know, dude. This fucking shit's jank. That's how they all are. That's how I took the last ones off. They just look like fucking garbage sitting there. But whatever. I didn't drain the diff fluid. I'm gonna do that while it's in the car. I need to get this shit going. Yeah, it's just fucking things I need to do. And honestly, I need to get new axles, and I think I'm gonna skimp out on that right now. Maybe blow one. That's life, I guess. My crazy ass hair. Dirty as fuck. I already took a fucking shower. Oh well. Oh well. Almost done. Okay, so come the drift event, I believe I'm just gonna double check everything. I'm gonna get everything tight. I can't drop the car right now. But yeah. We got the subframe in. We got it torqued down. We got it floating all by itself. We got the brakes set up. I didn't bleed them yet. Hooked up the e-brake. Did the drive shaft. And so it was drive shaft, do the brakes, do the e-brake, and then bleed the brakes. So all I have left is to bleed the brakes. I'm gonna do that when I get a little bit of help. May ask my buddy, may ask my brother-in-law. We'll see how it goes. For now, we're just gonna take a break and just admire that she's almost ready. Stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I know it was kind of lengthy, but I just wanted to give you guys the details on what was going on with the S14 and all the problems that were just kind of arising from multiple things in the subframe, not just one axle shaft or the diff mount or the OEM subframe mounts, which I thought were in there, and then all of a sudden I didn't even look. Come to find out, they're already solid. So once we get the brakes bleeded, I'll go ahead and I'll throw the wheel back on, and we'll go ahead and make a little video for you guys, or I'll just throw it into the drift event, because the drift event is 2 days from now, and I still just got a few things to tighten up. I want to make sure, you know, everything's good, and I want to take it for a test drive. So just stay tuned, you guys. We're gonna have that video up of me drifting, as long as everything goes great, ASAP after Saturday. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna be posting a little bit more as we start to work on the S14. I'm trying to find parts. If you guys got some Zenki headlights, I'd love it. Send me some DMs. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook, follow the YouTube, click that notification with the bell so you get notified every time I upload a video, which isn't too often right now, but I'm trying to get into uploading more videos more often for you guys, anybody who's watching, but also to recapture some of my moments of, you know, drifting and what I've done and so far, and it's just cool to have that. So thank you guys.